Good day to everybody. Welcome back to another video. And today I will talk about an article examining the global population increase happening in the world today, and which has reached a new milestone currently in today's century, and how this brings problems and how this was created in the first place. So let's talk about the article first. The article is called Global Population Hits 8 Billion as Growth Possesses More Challenges for the Planet. And overall, this article talks about the vital and dangerous issues of rapid human population growth in today's world. On November 15, 2022, the population of the world reached a new historic milestone of 8 billion humans residing on this planet. This news article addresses the reason and statistics for this drastic growth of human population, acknowledging that the availability and accessibility of medicine, nutrition, personal hygiene found in the world are the reasons that the population has grown into a more drastic stage that we have ever seen before. These aspects create a better living condition for people and increase the chances of flourishment and prosperity in any environment found in the world. And another factor that the article talks about is the drastic increase in persistent levels of fertility in some countries. Most countries are having higher fertility rates in which individuals have created new opportunities to have and embrace new births of babies, which causes the chances of a population to grow drastically once again. This news article talks about how middle-income countries, mostly found in Asia, have taken part in having the most growth and experiencing a gain of almost 700 million residents since 2011. While India is slowly becoming the most populated country in the world, it has had 180 million residents added and will soon pass China's population by the next year, 2023, which is crazy in my opinion. The article also acknowledges how the change of population also changes the demographics of the world. Although the population is growing, the article mentions how the growth rate has fallen over by 1% per year. And the result of this falling growth rate should stop the world from reaching a population of 9 billion people until 2037, which is not a lot of time if we were to think about it. The news article mentions how sources such as the United Nations state that the population number in the decade of 2080 will be almost 10.4 billion people and will stay this consistent until the year 2100. Now, the new demographics of a new population will mostly be born in sub-Saharan Africa. This result stated by the article means that India and China will no longer be or hold the status of highest income in births or populated countries in the world soon. On the other hand, the negative effects and consequences of an 8 billion human population are also addressed by this news article. The article mentions how this milestone puts newly added pressure on nature, as humans and animals will soon fight for resources such as food, water, and space, in which they will soon collide to each other and cause a major problem in the world. In the meantime, scientists predict that the future decades, such as and problems of mass immigration and conflict likely be brought on by both high population increase and climate change as well. It also talks about how our emissions of toxins, gases, and overall bad things for the climate will drastically increase along with it as well. More people means more technology. More technology means more natural resources being used. Stuff like gas, carbon monoxide, things that cars use, transportation, airplanes. Overall, the things that affect the world in a negative way will increase as more people are going to have to use these things in the world. And it shows how the reoccurring problem of emissions only repeats itself in history as it grows slowly, but recently it's been growing faster and faster and higher, and now it will soon grow faster and higher as well. The chapter that holds a connection with this topic is chapter 6, called Human Population, found in the ebook. The term demographers come into play. A scientist studied the consequences of a growing human population as stated by the article. Two other terms relating to the article are crude death and literate life expectancy, which are two major aspects that have led to an increase in population, as fewer deaths and availability of education increase the likelihood of flourishment and environment for life and new births. The concepts of controlling the population, social inequality, and demographic transition are important in the chapter as they acknowledge the opportunities to stop a growing population by using things such as condoms, the inequality a new population brings, such as less food, land, resources, and change of demographics occurring in newly led countries. People that are found in the chapter that associate itself with this article are people like Vicar Thomas, who have predicted that the issue of amount of food produced will not keep up with the amount of food required for a growing population in today's world. Other notable people are William Vogt and biologist Paul R. Ehrlich, who have failed in estimating Earth's capacity as they have stated that the world will soon be doomed once it hits 3 billion people. But this was deemed wrong in the past in the 1960s, and this never happened. The organization responsible for this article is CNN News, and this was published by Sarah Subramanian on November 15, 2022. The purpose is to bring awareness to the world and for its viewers to acknowledge the problem that's currently going on and to hopefully cause or create solutions for this problem and for this news articles to profit off of this problem for themselves as well. A controversial issue that can be found in the article are the different methods of people handling population growth and whether population control is a good thing or a bad thing to incorporate during these times. Both sides are obviously acknowledged in the article, and it states how the technological advancement has allowed for a new generation of people to exist, while it also states the consequences of a new milestones in this article. Overall, I agree that this is a bad thing, that a growing human population can harm the environment and future generations of the world and planet itself. I chose this side as I personally benefit from a better environment and have sympathy towards the health of the planet and future generations that are coming to the world. And overall, the information presented in this article is valid and reliable to the viewers who read it. CNN News is a major news corporation who is known all over the world to be very reliable and to have a reputation for being factually correct and presenting reliable resources and sources, such as the United Nations found in the article. The information presented in the article affects me personally and the future of the world from a negative standpoint, as the environment, need for resources, and emissions of toxins will most likely occur because of population growth. These aspects affect my lifestyle in the future and the economy of the future, as resources will become more scarce and most likely cost more, causing inflation and a global impact as well. I was surprised and shocked by this new information, as I knew it usually takes centuries for another billion people to be added to the world, while it only took a couple of decades in our time for this to even happen again, which is very shocking in my opinion. I will share this knowledge with my friends, family, and peers to spread awareness to the problem and hopefully bring solution to it and bring change. Some question I have on this topic is, what are we doing in society to slow down population growth? What are short-term consequences of this problem? And what group of individuals will this problem affect first and when? This is my news article and my current event of the growing population in the world. Thank you.